The Office Frenemy Survival Guide, brought to you by Lux von Zollern, the maker of exclusive garments for successful women, available at the website lvzprestige.com. Think Lux von Zollern when you wish to amplify your executive impact in high-stakes business environments. Ah, the Office Frenemy, a creature so cunning they make a fox look clumsy. They're your coffee buddy one moment and your fiercest rival the next. A compliment from them can feel like a warm hug, while their side comments can leave you questioning your life choices. Every office has at least one, and while they might be irritating, learning to handle them with grace and strategy is an essential skill in the corporate jungle. Think of this as your guide to navigating the frenemy minefield without losing your cool or your career momentum. Identifying the office frenemy. Before you can deal with a frenemy, you have to spot one. They're like chameleons, blending in with allies and rivals alike, so you'll need a sharp eye. Here's how to recognize them. The backhanded compliment specialist. You look so professional today. It's such a change from your usual look. These comments are wrapped in a thin layer of sugar, but the sting is unmistakable. The idea thief. Ever share a great idea in passing, only to hear it presented as their brilliant brainchild in the next meeting? That's classic frenemy behavior. The fake cheerleader. They root for you, but only when it's convenient, or when your success doesn't overshadow theirs. If your win threatens their standing, expect a sudden shift in their tone. The subtle underminer. They never outright sabotage you, too obvious, but will plant seeds of doubt. Are you sure that's the right approach? Or, I thought your presentation was good, but Karen said it could have been clearer. If any of these sound familiar, congratulations, you've found your office frenemy. Understanding the frenemy mindset. Here's the thing about frenemies. They're rarely evil masterminds plotting your downfall. More often than not, their behavior is driven by their own insecurities. They see you as a threat, a competitor, or, ironically, someone they admire but can't openly support. Understanding this is key to handling them effectively. When you view your frenemy's actions as a reflection of their struggles, not your shortcomings, it's easier to stay calm and strategic. Remember, their behavior is about them, not you. Do's and don'ts of dealing with a frenemy. Let's get into the practical part. What to do and not to do when faced with a frenemy. D.O. Keep your cool. Nothing fuels a frenemy's fire like an emotional reaction. Whether they're fishing for a fight or trying to rattle you, staying calm is your superpower. Smile, nod, and keep your composure. It'll drive them nuts. Do. Document everything. If your frenemy is the type to steal ideas or twist the truth, keep a paper trail. Emails, meeting notes, and calendar invites are your best friends. For example, per our conversation on Tuesday, here's the plan we discussed. It's professional, polite, and serves as a subtle reminder that you're paying attention. Do. Outclass them with kindness. This might sound counterintuitive, but being gracious and kind, without being fake, takes the wind out of a frenemy's sails. Compliment their work when it's genuinely good. Share credit when it's deserved. It leaves them with nothing to latch onto and makes you look like the bigger person. Don't gossip about them. It's tempting to vent to your work bestie about the latest frenemy drama, but resist the urge. Gossip has a funny way of getting back to the subject, and the last thing you need is to look petty. Keep your grievances private and your public face professional. Don't engage in tit for tat. If they undercut you in a meeting, don't fire back with a snide remark. Instead, calmly address the situation. Thank you for building on my point. To clarify, my original idea was X. This reclaims your position without stooping to their level. Don't overtrust them. Frenemies thrive on access. They'll dig for details about your plans, projects, or personal life, only to weaponize that information later. Keep your cards close to your chest and share only what's necessary. Turning frenemies into opportunities. Believe it or not, your office frenemy can be a surprising asset if you know how to manage the relationship. Here's how to flip the script. Learn from their strengths. Even the most frustrating frenemies have qualities you can admire. Maybe they're excellent presenters or have a knack for networking. Observe what they do well and incorporate those skills into your own toolkit. Use their competitiveness to your advantage. Frenemies love to compete. Use this to raise the bar for your own performance. If they're gunning for the same goal, let their ambition fuel your determination. Just remember, play the long game. Build a strategic alliance. Sometimes, frenemies can become allies, temporarily or even permanently. If you're working on a shared project, focus on common goals and establish a truce. Collaborating successfully can shift the dynamic and soften their stance. A quick humor break. Picture your frenemy as a character in a corporate sitcom. Their antics? Comedy gold. The backhanded compliments, the sneaky tactics, the overly dramatic reactions. Imagine it playing out with a laugh track. Viewing their behavior through a comedic lens can make it less aggravating and more entertaining. Office frenemies are a fact of corporate life, but they don't have to derail your success or sanity. By staying calm, strategic, and one step ahead, you can turn their antics into a masterclass in navigating workplace dynamics. Outshine without making enemies. Outshining a frenemy is an art. Too much brilliance, and you risk escalating their passive-aggressive antics. Too little, and you hand them an undeserved advantage. The key? Shine so gracefully that they can't find a reason to resent you. Share credit generously, but strategically. Let's say your frenemy contributed 10% of the effort to a project, but they're angling for 90% of the glory. Instead of confronting them, flip the script. In meetings, say something like, "I couldn't have done this without names insights." It positions you as a team player while subtly reminding everyone whose idea it really was. Bonus. It deprives them of the credit stealer narrative they were hoping to spin. Excel without flaunting. It's tempting to shout your achievements from the rooftops, but subtlety is your best ally here. Let your results speak for themselves. If your report led to a big win for the company, present it calmly and confidently. Frenemies thrive on emotional reactions, so denying them that satisfaction keeps you firmly in control. Manage their ego. Yes, it feels counterproductive to stroke a frenemy's ego, but hear me out. Compliment their strengths, sincerely. This disarms them and makes you less of a target. For example, your presentation style is always so engaging can go a long way in lowering their guard. Protecting your reputation like a pro. Your reputation is your corporate currency. Frenemies often chip away at it subtly, through whispers, side comments, or twisting facts. Here's how to safeguard it. Build allies and advocates. The best defense is a strong network of supporters. Forge relationships with coworkers, mentors, and leadership. When you've built a solid reputation, even the most cunning frenemy won't be able to tarnish it. Maintain transparency. If a frenemy is known for twisting words or throwing people under the bus, transparency is your shield. For example, after a meeting, follow up with a clear, professional email summarizing agreed points. As discussed, we decided on X, with Y as the next step. This leaves no room. Stay above the fray. If a frenemy tries to drag you into drama, disengage with grace. A simple, "I'd rather focus on solutions than problems," can shut down their efforts without making you seem dismissive or defensive. Turning frenemies into career leverage. Believe it or not, your frenemy can be more than an annoyance. They can be a catalyst for your growth. By handling their challenges with poise, you prove your resilience and strategic acumen to everyone watching. And trust me, people are watching. Learn their playbook. Observe your frenemy's tactics. How do they navigate the office? How do they gain influence? While their methods might be questionable, there's often something to learn. Study what works for them and adapt it to fit your values and style. Use them as motivation. There's nothing like a little competition to sharpen your focus. If your frenemy is vying for the same promotion, use their drive to fuel your own. Just make sure you're playing the long game. Quality over quick wins. Forge a temporary alliance. In certain situations, Working with your frenemy can be mutually beneficial. If you're both assigned to a high-stakes project, focus on shared goals. Collaboration might not turn them into your best friend, but it can neutralize tension and demonstrate your professionalism. Advanced tactics for managing frenemies. Ready to graduate to expert-level frenemy management? Here are some ninja moves to keep in your back pocket. Stay mysterious. Frenemies thrive on information, especially personal tidbits they can use against you. Maintain an air of mystery. Share just enough to seem approachable, but not enough to make you vulnerable. Think of yourself as the corporate equivalent of a locked vault. Redirect their energy. If your frenemy is particularly aggressive, redirect their focus. For example, if they're trying to undermine your project, invite them to collaborate on a specific task. This not only keeps them busy, but also allows you to keep an eye on them. Master the art of killing them with kindness. When a frenemy attempts to rattle you fail because you respond with kindness, they'll quickly lose steam. If they're being snippy, counter with, "I appreciate your input. It gives me a lot to think about." It's polite, professional, and subtly diffuses their negativity. The power of self-awareness. Dealing with a frenemy is as much about managing yourself as it is about managing them. Cultivate self-awareness by asking yourself these questions. Am I letting their behavior get under my skin? Am I responding in a way that aligns with my goals and values? Am I focusing too much on them and not enough on my own growth? By staying self-aware, you keep the upper hand, because a composed, confident you is a frenemy's worst nightmare. A quick humor break. Picture this: your office frenemy, decked out in battle gear, wielding a stapler like a sword. Now imagine yourself, clad in golden armor, sipping coffee with a serene smile. You're untouchable. See? Frenemy drama is much easier to handle when you make it funny. Office frenemies may be part of the landscape, but they don't have to be roadblocks. With strategy, grace, and a dash of humor, you can neutralize their antics, protect your reputation, and use the experience to grow stronger and smarter. Remember, the best way to handle a frenemy is to rise so high that their schemes become irrelevant. So go ahead. Slay the day, Queen. You've got this. Brought to you by Lux von Zollern, the maker of exclusive garments for successful women, available at the website lvzprestige.com. Think Lux von Zollern when you wish to amplify your executive impact in high-stakes business environments.